Welcome, fellow metalheads. Special Slam and Sunday edition, Fierce Metal Style. That's right. Today we are talking about Whitechapel. I called this a deathcore perspective because I'm going to talk about the band from their debut album all the way into their new one that just came out on March 7th, just this past Friday. Now, Whitechapel's from Knoxville, Tennessee, and they're named after the Whitechapel district in East London where Jack the Ripper committed a series of murders. Now, these guys have been around for about 20 years and considered one of the pioneers of the deathcore scene. Their debut album, Somatic Defilement, released July 31st, 2007, was a very strong debut, and they got a lot of people's attention, including Metal Blade Records. Now signed to Metal Blade Records less than a year later, they released on July 8th, 2008, their second album, This Is Exile. Now, for me, this is a big step forward in production and songwriting. Now, exactly 2 years later, they released New Era of Corruption. Now, in my opinion, this is where the band really started to shine. They matured and really started to find their sound. Now, almost 2 years later, June 19th, 2012, they released their self-titled album. Not a note wasted, all killer, no filler, so many memorable tracks on this album. Unfortunately, after this crowned achievement, things went downhill from here. Not only did they change their logo to something very generic, but the music suffered as well. The next two albums, Our Endless War, released back in 2014, and then you had Mark of the Blade, released back in 2016. It just seemed uninspired and very cookie cutter. Then, back in March 29th, 2019, they released The Valley. Now, this is an album that's praised by fans, but not me. This also marked a huge change in their sound. Phil Bozeman added clean singing to their sound and more acoustic guitar as well. Now, I'm not bashing Phil because he is a good singer, but it's not what I go to Whitechapel for.
What has the world come to when a demon defiles a witch?
This marked even a bigger change in their sound with the release of Kin on October 29th, 2021. I really don't have much to say about this one because honestly, it just bored me to death. When your title track at the end of the album is an acoustic ballad, I'm pretty much done at this point.
We used to be inseparable, and the late night sitting by the fire.
Now, to be perfectly honest, I never revisited Ken again. Now, this is where the fans either embrace a new direction or not. And I'm sure it got him a lot of mainstream fans. But in the end, most of these fans are going to run fucking scared when they hear Hymns of Dissonance. So let's talk about that album. This is the album that I think most of us have been waiting for. We're talking about Whitechapel, Hymns in Dissonance. This came out on Friday the 7th of March. 10 tracks, 43 minutes. Now, I'm not sure what inspired Phil and the boys to get back to their roots, but damn, I am so glad they did. And when you start off an album like this after Ken, you're going to get whiplash.
I bear the number 666.
Phil's vocals are just more wicked than ever, and the guitar tone on here is absolutely crushingly heavy. The drums are so thunderous, you can just feel them in your chest. Killer riff after killer riff right out of the gate. Now, I can't overstate enough on how this album just keeps getting more devastating and menacing the further you get in. Now, I also love how they have this great guitar harmony right over top of these devastating blast beats. Yeah, I just can't overstate that Phil's vocals are honestly the best they've ever been. His highs just cut through you like a knife, and those fucking demonic gutturals just leave you breathless. There's some slower, more atmospheric moments thrown in here and there, just let you breathe before the chaos is unleashed again. I could say this is a return to form, but honestly, it's Whitechapel at their best. The production alone is absolutely stellar. I don't think I've ever heard these guys sound better. Everything about this album is just everything I love about Whitechapel. So many great songs, not to mention some of the best lead guitar work they've ever done. For all of us old school fans, this is the album we've been waiting for. Now, I would have been totally surprised if they'd have stuck with that melodic sound. You don't have that kind of impact on the deathcore world just to leave it behind to go mainstream. So I knew they'd be back to crush all of us. So welcome back, Whitechapel. All right, there you have it. Whitechapel, a deathcore perspective. All right, I want you guys to comment below. What do you guys think about Whitechapel as a whole, from beginning through their melodic years to their new devastatingly crushing album? I think there's some splits on this. I know the fan base really liked the Kin direction. Like I said in the video, I think a lot of those fans are not going to enjoy the new album. I could be wrong. Comment below. Let's get a conversation going. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. It really does help my channel. If you're new here, I do these videos every Friday. So until next time, keep it furious.